What is going on, everyone? My name is Justin, aka Jaymatrix, and I'm here to give you a long and raw, unfiltered video on what it's like working for Oakley Transport. Now, before I get into it, because I have a whole bunch of notes here that I kind of jotted down, it's a lot to dive into. But before I get into it, I want to do my very best to be as unbiased as possible, but it's hard. And the reason why I say that is because this company has truly changed my life for the better. You know, I got money in my pocket, I'm insured, they take care of me. When things go wrong, I can make a phone call and the problem is rectified. Like, I really, truly do have that support. And not only with the support, the money, the finances, but they lit that fire in me to want to continue driving and want to stay over the road and want to just, you know, I feel like I have a purpose. And that is to make America move. You know, whatever America orders from food grade equipment, I want to be able to do it for you. I want to be able to haul it from point A to point B safely. And Oakley Transport is the only company that has truly lit that fire in me to keep on trucking. Now, this isn't one of those videos where I'm gonna boast about the company. This is real and raw. Now, okay, so if you guys click this video, you guys see about $100,000 sign on my video, on my thumbnail, and I want to be able to say yes, I have made that much money in 1 year with Oakley Transport. Now, I'm going to get into it. Now, the only kind of editing I'm going to do in this video is just add the pay stubs and add the year-to-date gross to net. Okay, so, but basically to answer it, yes, I have made over $100,000, and this was my first year with the company. So, long story short, my name is Justin. I've been driving for about 4 years professionally, and I've been with the company for about 20 months. So, I'm about to be upcoming on my second year, and, you know, I'm a six-figure earner, you know. And now let me talk about my journey. So my journey was before this company, before I got into it, I wanted to do my due diligence and do my homework on this company, as anybody should, right? Because you don't know who you're getting into bed with, right? So I was looking up online, looking on Google, I'm looking on Yahoo, looking on YouTube, on, you know, bad things like with Oakley Transport. And honestly, I couldn't find, you know, I couldn't find like a really solid negative video. I couldn't find, you know, none of the truck drivers doing dumb stuff, nothing that they're supposed to do, you know, no crazy accidents. I was really trying my best. Before I said yes to Oakley Transport, I was trying my best to really find dirt on them, right? Like anything that's public, and I couldn't. So right away, that was a green flag, right? And then the second thing was what I've been told in recruiting was exactly how it is, and it reflected on my pay stub. It reflected on my paycheck. Now I'm going to explain, right? So on the route that I'm on, right, I'm on a dedicated run, which basically means that I'm dedicated to a customer. So I'm dedicated to Cargill Sugar Refinery. That's what I haul. I haul liquid sugar, I mean, amongst other things, but mainly I got hired for this role to haul dextrose, fructose, sugar, corn syrup, you know, all the nasty stuff that makes someone fat. So unfortunately, there's money in it. And but yeah, but my day rate was $285. Now I get paid $285 a day, no matter what. Now you're probably thinking, oh wait, no matter what? Yes, no matter what. But what if there's no load? Yes, I still get my $285. But what if they don't got nothing for you? $285. What if it's a holiday? $285. So it's $285 around the board, whether if I work a full 11-hour drive shift or if I'm waiting to be called. So I kind of consider myself like an on-call truck driver because I'm always on call no matter what. So I'm based out right now in Iowa. I'm not going to tell you the specifics, but I'm based out of Iowa. And yeah, I get $285 no matter what. So I'm dispatched to be here for at least a minimum of 6 weeks. So the contract that I was on, I mean, I'm sure on other areas there's like 3 weeks out, 4 days home time. But on this specific run, my manager wanted me out for 6 weeks. And I get 8 days of home time, which is fine. You know, it doesn't bother me. I'm not married with no kids, so I was like, you know what? I'm here to make this money. And so I haul mainly only food grade stuff. So it could be, you know, like I said previously, anything from sugar, dextrose, fructose, corn syrup, concentrated grape juice. I've hauled alcohol, which is also 1170, class 3 hazmat. And yeah, so those are like primarily the main things that I've hauled. Now my journey was, and when I got hired, it's kind of like a month-long process, right? So after they do the whole NVR check, the drug test, to make sure, and they give you the green light, and they say, you know what, Justin, Congratulations, welcome to the Oakley family. Okay, now you're in orientation. So with orientation, it's about, I say 3 weeks to a month. Now let me explain. The first week is all classroom. It's all classroom, but it's not like your typical classroom. It's not like, you have to watch a whole bunch of modules and you're here, you're looking at videos and you're like, I could do that. No, it's really not like that. It's not like that. You get to watch a bunch of videos, but it's not boring videos. It's like short, like from 3 to 5 minute videos. You get to learn the procedures, but they also talk to you about, safety, of course, like everything else. But it's not the safety. They want you to do the right thing. They want you to always make the right judgment call. They want you to always have the company's best interests at heart along with yours. So what I mean by that is they don't want you to tailgate. Don't tailgate. Like you shouldn't be tailgating regardless at 80,000 pounds down the road, right? They don't want you to tailgate. Plus, safety will definitely call you in, kick your butt about that. But don't tailgate. They want you to do the right thing, have good judgment call, and just drive safe. That's all it is. It's not complicated. Just always do the right thing, day in and day out. Now with these trucks, they have outward-facing cameras. They don't have inward-facing cameras. So, which is cool too. I mean, I don't have anything to hide, pretty much. But I'm not, I wouldn't want a camera staring at my face, 24/7. So I'm totally cool with that. But they have outward-facing cameras, which I am all for. God forbid if it comes to a liability issue or someone tries to do something dumb and they kind of clash into me, there's a camera that can save my butt, save my license, save the company, and we can continue on. So again, back to orientation. Okay, you have a driver training you. Like, you have an experienced driver advocate, driver mentor who's, specifically trained for orientation to teach us newcomers how it's going to be like, what to expect, the pay, anywhere from like your regular questions, and they go through SEAL procedures, they go through what to expect, what do they expect of you, can you be safe on the road, how to drive safely, and that's it. So the first week is always classroom, but it's kind of different. They definitely throw some scenario questions at you. You have some tests, but it's nice. It's not dreadful, and they pay for lunch. So they pay for room and board if you are out of state. Me, when I got started, I was actually based out in Orlando. I was living in Orlando at the time, and they pay for my gas for literally, I think it was a week straight. They pay for my gas. So, but they pay for my gas. But if you are out of state, I know that they either get you a rental car or they book you a flight, and they pay for room and board, and they give you a Visa gift card. I think when I got hired, it was on. They gave me a $300 Wells Fargo Visa gift card. They're like, listen, welcome to the Oakley family. This is for you. Spend it on what you want. Just be responsible, okay? All right. I used it on food, as all of you should. So don't be buying alcohol. Don't be doing no dumb stuff. That's just the company's ways of saying, hey, listen, you know what? This gift card is for you. This is on us. Welcome. Spend it on what you like, but have common sense. All right. Use your brain. All right. So after the first week of orientation, the second week and the third week is primarily the yard. So what they call the yard is basically Oakley Transport has set up a whole bunch of tanks. I think it's 3 tanks that they set side by side, and then you get to physically, grab one of their yard trucks, not a yard jockey truck, like an actual Volvo VNL 760 Oakley decked out truck, right? And then you drive it, you pull up, and then you get to hook up the hydraulic lines. They get to tell you all about that, what to look for, SEAL procedure. They get to go really in depth on asking the customer, hey, listen, what are your SEAL procedures? Do I cut the seals? Do you cut the seals? Do you want to verify? Are we good? Do I offload here? Is there any kind of fitting adapters do I need? Like, they really get into specific because they want you to be successful. Now, when you're out there in the real world, pumping off at a customer site, or you don't know what's going on, you want to ask these questions because it sets you up for success. The last thing you want to do is go to a customer and say, okay, I'm here, and then you don't have the layout of the land. You want to know, are you pumping off? Is the customer pumping off? Do they cut the seals? Do you cut the seals? Do they use your hose but their pump? Do they use, your pump but their hose? Do they do everything? Do you do everything? So these are questions that they're going to ask you to ask the customer, just to kind of see, okay, how do I get this commodity inside the tank into the customer's tank? Because that's what we hear, right? But the second week is all about the yard work. They're going to tell you about, safety, checking the dome lid, making sure you vent it. We also have like a lever in the back of the trailer that, you know, that goes in reverse and forward, so you can pump out the commodity or reverse it. You get to pull out the hoses, hook them up, clamp them on, and they show you all that. You know, they show you how to pump oil, they show you how to reverse, and everybody goes through it. So I found that to be one of the most basically favorite parts of the orientation. The third week is basically the same thing. You know, you're doing some more pump training, and then at the same time you're also going with the local driver. So the company is based out in Lake Wales, Florida. Now, when you're out with a driver trainer, you know, you're riding in the passenger seat. I think for like the first day, you know, he's gonna talk to you, you get to ask him questions. Cool people, everybody is really straightforward, they're real honest, they're upfront, they're transparent, and like, they're not here to bash you or like intimidate you. They want you to learn. Like, that's their job. They're getting paid, and they're specifically trained to help you, right? So help yourself and ask them questions, you know, and just pick their brain. That's what I did. You know, I was driving my driving mentor crazy, but you know, because of him, now I have a better layout of the land and what to expect. But basically, on the third week of training of orientation, if you're not on the yard, you're with the local driver trainer. You're local, and you know, the first day you're riding with him, pick his brain, and then you get to see him kind of go to a customer, and then you get to see how he operates, or he operates, and then, you know, see how you offload the product, right? And then the fourth week, if I'm not mistaken, they're working on, if you pass everything checks out, you've been a, you know, like, you've been a hell of an employee, you've been a hell of a driver trainee, you've been doing your thing, you're passing everything, you pass all your, you know, your classroom tests, you did the pump off correctly, you understand the fundamentals and the safety protocols and the seal procedures and what to do before, during, and after you deliver the commodity. And Oakley's like, you know what, you're good, you check off. You will be assigned your own truck. So they basically say, hey, here are the keys. I'm trying to find a pair of keys over here, but here are the keys. Congratulations, you had made it through, you know, through Oakley Transportation's driver training program. You are now to go on your own. Now, before you do, we actually have permits and, you know, stickers and registrations and all that good stuff that we have to make sure that our permit book is up to date, it's up to code, and it's a lot of states that need to be, you know, it could be anywhere from like from California to like a sales tax in Baltimore to one in Colorado. All these permit books inside have to be up to date. It's basically a permit book. Just make sure your permit book is up to date. That's all it is. Let me see what else. We have that, and then you get your own truck, you know. And the good thing about this too, every single truck, from my knowledge, and I don't think that they changed this policy, but they all come like almost brand new. You know, like, they really detail the heck out of it. They make it clean, spacious. You have a brand new cushion, a brand new, like, really thick mattress. If you need another one, they got a bunch on hand, you know. And they give you a whole bunch of seals. They give you a whole bunch of fittings. They give you everything you need, and you get to go by a checklist on see if you have this. So they'll give you all that before you actually get loaded. Get dispatched on your first load. So I actually found that pretty helpful, because I was going through, I was like, all right, what I need. And then the HR lady just gave me a checklist, and then bam, I was on it. I was checking off things. I had everything I need. They do have extra fluids, such as, like, you know, engine oil, windshield wiper fluid, coolant. Take a bunch of coolant. You will thank me later. Take at least four 1 gallons of coolant, of antifreeze, or whatever you guys call it. But we call it properly glycol, if I'm saying it right. But that's basically the food grade coolant of antifreeze. So, but yes, grab 4 of those. If you're ever in Lake Wales or any kind of Oakley terminal, you will thank me later, and always have those stocked up. All right. So that's the orientation process. You know, week 1 is in the classroom. Week 2 and 3 is in the yard, and week 4 you're out with the driver trainer, learning hands-on in a real customer site with real live unloading. And while the company is working on the background on the back end to get your own assigned truck. Now, once you get your own assigned truck, I mean, you feel like the man. You know, get ready for the life on the road. You get to hook it up. You know, don't be drilling things into the thing, because there's certain policies, and don't be removing fuses. Don't be removing fuses. So there's like a giant sign over here that says, "Do not tamper with fuses." Don't do that. Don't be that guy. You know, respect the company equipment. You know, as long as you have a working truck, everything is functional. Lights, coolant, chargers, sockets, APU. You know, make sure your PTO works, which, if you guys already know, APU stands for auxiliary power unit. Is basically, how can I word it in simple terms? It's an external unit that allows us to get, not only does it charge the battery, it's like an external generator for the truck that's bolted to the chassis, and it gives us AC. It's tied into the AC, the heat, and it also powers the batteries. That's the best way I can explain it. And make sure your PTO works, which stands for power takeoff. Now, power takeoff is a button that we press, and it's another it's like a reservoir oil pump kind of thing, that when you press it, it provides hydraulic fluid down to the back of the pumps. So you just want to make sure that your PTO is running, which is basically how you are physically able to pump off the commodity from the tank to the customer, and your APU, which stands for auxiliary power unit, which is basically your AC, your generator to charge the batteries, and your AC heat and your power. That's all it is. But those are the only things to look out for. Again, let me see what else I got over here. Yeah, so you got your own assigned truck and you're ready for life on the road, you know. So do the right thing, drive responsibly, and yeah, just do the right thing. And I promise you, the money is there. So now we're gonna talk about shift pay and money and stuff like that. So on my route, I get $285 regardless. Like I said before, I do not get anything extra. The only thing extra I get, besides like a bonus, is like a safety bonus. So every third week of the month, we get, which is called a safety bonus. So I think it goes by, I forgot the cent. I think it's either 4 or 5 cents. I don't recall. Please don't misquote me on it. But we get an extra bonus for however many safety miles we go. It's kind of complicated. It's kind of too long to explain. Basically, you get an extra incentive for driving safe. So that's an extra few $100 on top of your check. Okay. So excuse me, I'm kind of getting sick over here. Let me see. So yeah, all right. So you got your own truck. Now the different kind of routes that they have available is they have OTR, they have drive-in, they have reefer. But I mean, you're going to a tank company, so at least have your tanker, because tanker's where the money's at. Again, for all my brothers and sisters out there, I cannot speak on drive-in or reefer, but I mean, I'm where it's at. Tanker's where it's at. So, but they have OTR, regional, dedicated, intrastate, and teams. Now, the dedicated one I'm on, like I said before, I get $285 no matter what, and I'm basically considered like an on-call truck driver. But I mean, it works out because I can spend my days, you know, kind of working on my 34-hour reset, you know, working on videos like this to bring to you guys, working on my TikTok, my Instagram. I get to go to the gym. Your boys be working out, okay? But also, aside from that, you know, the cons to being on call is that when I get a load, I can't refuse it. Like, the load is a load. Now, I don't want to say it's not for us dispatch, but they pay me good money to always be on call and to be dedicated to that customer. So that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I am dedicated to that customer, and the company sees that I'm here and I'm willing and I'm able and I'm dedicated to basically get the commodity moved from point A to point B, right? Again, I only have numbers for the dedicated guys. I don't have anything else for, you know, how much regional OTR. The only thing with OTR, I know that they get paid, I think it's 80 cents per mile, but it's also depending on experience. And you get an extra, I think it's anywhere from 5 to 8 cents if you're holding a hazmat additional per mile. So, I mean, if you kind of add that up, that's big money already, you know? Let me see what else I got over here. Let me see. So we talked about the pay. Right now, I'm going to kind of edit the video, and then I'm going to add some pay stubs while I continue my next topic. So I'm going to put a whole bunch of pay stubs over here so you guys can see. Alright, now the next point I want to talk about is how I feel from when I started the company to where I'm now, right? So I've been with the company 20 months, and I'm not going to make this like a personal video or a griefing subject. My life was shit. I'm not going to lie. My life was upside down. I wasn't making the best choices. I had just got over a heartbreak. I wasn't doing the right thing. I was broke. I had really probably only a few thousand, probably like $2,000-3,000 in my bank account. My expenses were through the roof, And then because of this company really, you know, it's, and I say that because I got paid very good, and because I got paid very good, it lit that fire in me to want to, you know, learn more, take pride in what I was doing. And my expenses were, for a single guy like myself, my expenses were like almost $4,000. You know, I had a condo in Orlando. I had an expensive car payment. My bills were up to the roof. I had insurance and cell phone bill. I was going out. You know, I wanted to look good. I was a little pretty boy. You know, and then those things add up. You know, like I later learned in life that looking pretty, it costs money. So long story short, I mean, like, my finances were garbage, man. My finances were crap. But because of Oakley Transport and because of how good they pay me and the sign-up bonus. Oh, real quick, I had an $8,000 sign-up bonus. So I'm gonna add that on to my gross pay too. But yeah, I don't know if they still do that now, or even if they have sign-up bonuses. But at that time when I was trying to get hired, they really needed people for this run and other runs too. So I got an $8,000 sign-up bonus on top of my $285 a day. But yeah, but I feel 20 months later, I can say, and again, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm speaking purely from the heart and what it is, that I'm a better man. You know, not only a better driver, not a professional driver in which they call me, but I feel like more of a professional now than what I did when I started. You know, I feel proud to turn that key into the ignition, turn it on, and start that truck and hear that diesel engine running. I feel proud to go to new places and to introduce myself and to, you know, be a billboard, like a driving billboard for the company. Like, I made not only money, but they really take care of you, you know, and it's more than a family, you know. And it's not one of those companies where they say, yeah, we treat you like family. No, they really treat you like family, because I've noticed that, because when I have my dark times in the truck, or my truck would break down, or I needed an answer, or I needed support, they showed how much I was family to them. So it's not when the good times they show you when they're family, it's the bad times. And honestly, I feel so blessed. So I feel honored, and it's a privilege to work for this company. Again, I'm not trying to be biased, you know. I mean, the money alone speaks for itself, but you know, it's more than the money, you know. I mean, we are here to make money, but they really truly do have your back, even the good times and especially the bad times. As long as you don't do no dumb stuff, no dumb shit, you know. Don't be trying to be a liability with the company. Don't be trying to crash into people. Drive safe, do the right thing, and hold yourself accountable and be responsible. You'll be just fine. That's it. Like, you'll be just fine. Anything you need in the truck, you know, if something breaks on this truck, if I need new windshield wipers, if I need a new, you know, cabin air filter, if I need a new light bulb, if the engine melts tomorrow, I'm in a brand new truck. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, it's really, they don't make you stress about the finances. They really don't. You know. So aside from that, I'm gonna get into the bare minimum requirements. So the bare minimum requirements are at least have a year under your belt of tractor trailer or semi truck verifiable experience. It needs to be verified. You can't just say, yeah, I've been an owner operator for 20 years, and then when they ask you for verification, it's like 6 months. Like, don't do that, you know. So it needs to be 1 year of verifiable experience. Also, at least, guys, have your tanker. At least, you know, you're going into a majorly known, prestigious tanker company. Have your tanker. Come on, you know, have your tanker. As regards to the other endorsements, you don't need them except for hazmat. They want you to get your hazmat, but if you don't have it, they will help you get your hazmat. And if you don't have your passport, they will help you get your passport. So I actually found that pretty refreshing. Aside from that, the equipment. I have a 2021 Volvo VNL 760. I got this truck at, what is it? Because some other guy just retired. So I got this truck at 200,000 miles, and I just put on an extra 110,000. But the only issue I have in the truck is just replacing the filters and really the windshield wiper fluids. Other than that, they are really spot on with doing the PM. So I think it's like every 35,000 miles, you get a preventative maintenance done, and they are on it. You know, they'll send you to a Love's or a Volvo dealership or a P dealership, whichever kind of manufacturing truck you have, and it is. Also, too, I want to give a shout out to the breakdown department. The breakdown department is freaking awesome. I don't know what it is, but whenever I go to like the Loves, because we primarily fuel up in Loves, you know, there's almost always a shop over here. And I mean, like, whenever I need something done, I call beforehand. By the time I get there, if I need, you know, some filters or some wiper blades, or something just like minor, simple, or even a tire change, they have all the information. All I gotta do go in is just like, you know, just to verify my name, the company I'm with, and they have all the information on the screen. You don't have to call your dispatch and say, hey, I'm here at the Loves. Like, you don't gotta do that. Like, they really do their due diligence and their effort, and just streamline it to you, you know. So I actually found that pretty nice. Yeah, so the minimum experience is 1 year, tanker endorsement, and just have a clean MVR, you know. And they will do a, what is it, at the DOT clearinghouse. They will send you that just to make sure that you don't have like any kind of drug or alcohol violations. And yeah, so other than that though, 1 year experience, and then tanker. And if you don't have your hazmat and passport, they will help you get your passport, and just have a clean MVR. You know, other than that, they do have newer Volvos, and they just upgraded their line with new Peterbilts, which I am jealous, because I have a good friend of mine that also works for Oakley in another dedicated run. Sorry, he's regional. I'm gonna post him his pay stub right over here, because this is how much he made in 1 week, just to kind of show you guys some real raw numbers. And yeah, he got a brand new Peterbilt. I'm jealous, but that's my dog, so you know what? Good for him. But yeah, but they definitely have new Volvos, new Peterbilts. You do not get any forced dispatch. Again, they give you plenty of time. They give you like a full day to get from point A to point B, even if it's like 300 miles. Like I've gotten loads where I have a day and a half. Sorry about that. A day and a half to go 300 miles. I know it's crazy, but they give you more than enough time, and if any issues occurs, just be open, honest, transparent. If something happened on the highway where like they shut it down, or there's an accident, just make a phone call your dispatcher, and then just, you know, develop a game plan. But they give you a bunch of time to get there. But overall, I mean, they even have regional rates that go up to $400 a day. Now, I'm not too familiar with that. I don't want to speak too much about it, but I know that there's guys that kind of average anywhere from $2,400 to $2,600 after taxes a week, because they got this running. They're grinding. I mean, but those guys are driving and grinding. I mean, the rubber's on the road, and they are going and going, and they're making that money, but they're earning for it, but they're making good money. So, and overall too, when I was training, like after I got my truck and I was assigned to driver mentor up in Ohio after I was done, I had a really good driver advocate and driver mentors that really help you troubleshoot. And the mentorship that you get with that one-on-one, like when you're working with someone one-on-one, it's really genuine. You know, nobody's here to bash you. They're not gonna belittle you. This is really like raw. Like as raw as I'm saying it right now, it really is. Like, they want you to succeed. That's it. Because if you make the company money, then you make money. You know, if you get that load delivered safely, it makes the company look good. It makes the customer look good, because they're like, damn, you know what? I order from Oakley. I can trust them. They deliver no matter what. You know? So that's pretty cool too. But the average, I just want to talk about the schedule real quick. The schedule for the average route is about 3 weeks out and 4 days home time. The route that I'm on, my manager kind of pushed it up a little bit, and it's 6 weeks out with 8 days home time. So with everything else, it's about 3 weeks out, 4 days home time on the route that I'm on, or on specifically on certain other specialty routes. It's 6 weeks out, 8 days home time. You know, but again, it works for me because, I mean, again, I'm not married, I don't have no kids, so I'm here to make this money. And I'm telling you, my pockets is fat. So all in all, I'm gonna list over here a bunch of the things. So basically, you're gonna get over $100,000 a year. You get new equipment, or really maintained equipment. But new Volvos, new Pete's, you get benefits, 401k, health insurance. You also get I think it's called Legal Shield, where you pay, I think, about a couple of bucks a week, and you have basically an attorney on standby. God forbid if you get into any legality issues, you know, you have that. The legalities assured. Okay. You also, you know, you have no forced dispatch. You can make up to $400 a day depending on your route. But aside from me, I get $25 a day. I'm perfectly fine with that. And you also get to take pride in your career. You know, I don't think you understand, like, you get to feel good about what you do. You know, you're making an American move. You're bringing the very raw ingredients that you see in the back of a label into a lot of these factories, you know, or refineries. Like, I've been to, you know, the Jim Beam alcohol plant. I've been to, you know, I've been to, what is it? I've been to Forever. I've been to Nestle. I've been to a whole bunch of these places, like really big manufacturers where they make candy and you know, like the sour gummy bears and sour gummy worms. And it's actually pretty nice to actually see how America produces these things on the back end. It's actually fascinating. But aside from that, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. If you guys are already interested, and if I got your attention and you made it this far, I'm going to leave a link on to where you can apply. My name is Justin. I am with truck 4263. My driver code is SOTJU. And I mean, if you haven't already, why don't you make a better decision and apply and make this money and become a better driver. Not only a better driver, but a driver professional. Come on board, and we're so lucky to have you. Thank you so much for watching. It's been Jaymatrix. My name is Justin, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. It was a pleasure.